Well, what is going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tyler's Real Fishing. We are at a tournament today. I don't know how well you guys can see. It's kind of dark. It's before we take off, but it's a small Texas A&M team tournament. We're on Lake Belton, and if you guys remember last time on Lake Belton. Oh, I got knocked. Dang it. Oh, got him. Big one, Clark. Oh my goodness! Holy horse cow! Yes! Yes! Woo! That was a fun tournament. I ended up winning that thing with my biggest smallmouth of all time, which sadly I was not able to break up in Minnesota, my PB. So maybe today is the day where I finally break my PB, and it would be another Texas smallmouth PB. So let's get on the water, and we'll see you guys when we catch some fish. First spot, and I just kind of want to turn the GoPro around and show you guys kind of like why I fish, and it is because of sunsets like that. Look, that is, I mean sunrises like that. That is dang beautiful. So we're out here in Lake Belton. Let's get started. Oh my gosh.
Take a bump.
You swirled on it.
Another one.
Yeah, I would start cranking. And I'll be cranking here in a second. Holy cow.
Get him. Man, you're just irritating him. Let him have it.
Holy cow.
What is he doing with it? Is he messing with it? Just playing with you?
See, there's fish busting out there, but it's a lot harder to... Got him, big one.
Net?
Yep. Feels big, I could be wrong. It's a smallmouth though. He's running at me fast. Well, not giant, but he might be a keeper. Oh, whoa, got him. All right. Ooh, watch yourself there. First smallmouth of the day. I'm a spook. That's the cool thing about this lake, folks, is that they're a smallmouth. And he might go 14. He's skinny, but we'll test him out. He ate bigger than he was this size. 14 inches. Not a big one, but we'll take our first keeper.
Other than, I guess it's shad. There he is.
Get him?
Yeah.
Big one?
It's fish.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Oh, he came off?
Yeah.
Oh, dang it. Get a cast back in there.
Golly, man.
That surprised you though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was just that same brand.
We ain't gone so long without getting a bite in there. Dang.
There he is.
Got it.
Hold it out. Yeah, definitely.
Oh. Not a big one.
Did.
But hey,
Right at his face though, man.
it's a fish.
There he is.
Got him.
Yeah.
No, not a keeper.
I think so. He fights like a keeper.
Yeah. Get on the boat. You can measure him. Yeah, he gets there.
Ready for Christmas?
Yeah, I'm ready for Christmas. Big smallmouth.
Big smallmouth?
I'll get him in. Yes!
Nice.
Let's go!
Nice.
Yes, I am ready for Christmas, if that's the question. Nice smallmouth on the football jig. I had a feeling at this point, it's kind of like Main Lake, half a main lake, half in a creek, and I I thought, you know what, there's probably some fish sitting on the edge of this one. And first fish on the Beast Coast finesse tungsten football jig for me. Nice 2.5 pound smallmouth. As you guys can tell, it's kind of sad the size of Texas smallmouth, but they are just like, they're skinny. They don't get fat and big like northern smallmouth, but pretty neat. Oh, let's go, keeper number 3. So kind of a little explanation for what's been going on for you guys. So we anticipated the fish would be biting top water. They were, but they weren't actually biting. They were just kind of doing somersaults around my bait. And so since then we've kind of jumped around. The weather said it was gonna be sunny, no wind, and we have overcast and a tiny bit of wind. So you think that would help with the reaction bite, the crankbait, moving bait stuff, but it really hasn't. So we've kind of resorted to, sorry for the boat noise. We've resorted to fishing out deep, which I know is where the bigger fish are in this lake. And so of course by that, 2.5 pound smallmouth, it showed that. So I'm hoping we continue to catch more fish. Usually the deep fishing game is kind of like going for 5 to 7 bites. You're not going for a whole lot of fish, but the fish you are going for are more often better quality. So that's our mindset at this current moment. Hopefully we catch some. Gosh, ooh, ow. 180 on the top of the leg. Fish. Guys, we tried spot after spot after spot, and I finally pulled up to another deep spot that I know of. Got one that might be on the push. I don't know. It looked bigger when he jumped. Ah, no. 13 and a half. Oh gosh. Ah, small one. Man, there's fish here. That fish knocked complete slack in my line. That was nuts. I pulled up and there was nothing to pull up on. Why won't these fish get any bigger?
The sea's behind the boat, right? The sea's behind the boat?
No, left and right. Okay. Well, everybody, we are back here at the ramp. I'm about to put the boat on the trailer, but end of the day with 3 fish. All the rest of the team guys are gathered around, and we will see you guys at weigh-in. Got it. Whee! Thank you, Father. Okay, you're the best. What kind of hobo do we got around here? Perfect.
You subtract 2 pounds.
Oh, okay.
So that's 12.4.
12. So they have 11.4.
No, they have 14.4. Subtract.
No, but you got dead
yeah, 11.4 with the dead fish.
Yep. Nice smallmouth.
It's gonna be about 9.
Yep. You're right, Clark.
Yeah, 9.5.
So 11.6, subtract 2.
9.6.
9.6.
9.6. Rumor has it, Connor has some fish. Good looking smallmouth. All right. Chill out, chill out. Little smallmouth. Little largemouth. Then fish that made our day a little bit more fun. Nice smallmouth.
Okay, I'm going again.
All right. Not a bad smallmouth.
There you go.
Long, but very, very skinny. All right. Let's see what those 3 fish weigh, Mr. Mitch.
2 pounds for the bag. Yep, 2 pounds for the bag. Okay.
You were close?
614, so 414.
414. Okay, closer to me. Well, 414 for 3 fish is not fantastic, but you know what? We had fun. We'll see you guys at the end to talk about how our day went. Well, everybody, that was my first or second, I can't remember, I think it was my first club tournament of the fall with Texas A&M. So if you guys are new to the channel and new to this video, I fish for Texas A&M University, and in the fall, we have these club tournaments with each other where we just kind of get paired up with a random guy and we fish against one another on local Central and East Texas lakes. And so today we're on Lake Belton, which is kind of south of Waco a little bit here in Central Texas. And I kind of want to explain the two setups that I was using and kind of the techniques that I was utilizing in order to catch the fish today. Now, we did finish as one of the last teams. It was a puzzling lake for me today. I've done well in the past when the lake was in different conditions, and I just couldn't figure it out today. And those topwater fish in the morning, I'm sure the footage, I'm going to look over it later today, those fish would just do somersaults over our bait. And so we had some opportunities, but didn't make the best of them. But we did end up catching a nice smallmouth bass and some other fish out deep. And so I kind of want to start with the topwater setup before we go into the football jig setup. And so kind of the reasoning for my throwing topwater on the 2nd of December was because the water temp is still 63 degrees. It was, I mean, you know, not bluebird skies, a little bit overcast in the morning, and it really wasn't that cold. So like the fish in Central Texas still should be biting topwater, which they technically were biting, but they were horrible at the bite process. And so I was throwing it on a Lews Custom Speed Stick 7.2 heavy football jig rod. I love this rod for topwaters. It casts super far, loads up well, and if you're not frog fishing, this is a perfect rod for any sort of topwater with treble hooks. And then I had that on a Speed Spool Tournament Light, and it's super far casting setup. I mean, I was almost casting to the backing every time. So great reel and rod there. And then for my football jig, I love throwing it on a longer rod and reel, or longer rod and a faster gear ratio reel. So I had the Lews Pro Magnesium in a 7.5-to-1 with some 17-pound fluoro. It's either 14 or 17. I think it's 17-pound fluorocarbon, and the Lews Custom Speed Stick 7.6 heavy. I believe it's the flipping stick. Yeah, flipping jigs, casting hollow belly frogs, braided lines, but I like to use this rod for football jigs just because I can get long casts with it and set the hook in deep water, because we were fishing in 25 to 30 feet today. So, and then I was using the Beast Coast tungsten football jig, super cool jig. And that's practically all. I just want to kind of let you guys know that you may have tough tournament days, and even if you guys don't fish tournaments, you may have rough days out there like we had today, but you have to, you know, pull something out of it. And like I always say, I want to learn from every day out in the water. And so kind of what I learned today is that fish are going to be deep no matter the time of the year, but there's also going to be fish that are shallow no matter the time of the year. And so that's why we kind of chose to play to both patterns today and try to catch fish shallow and try to catch fish deep. You know, in hindsight, we probably should have focused on either fishing shallow all day or fishing deep all day in order for us to catch, you know, a larger sack of fish. But we had fun. Me and my partner had a blast, and hopefully I can get out here during Christmas break and catch some nice sized Texas smallmouth. And we'll see you guys in the next episode of Tyler's Reel Fishing.